Mary's in Hartford, Connecticut. Hi, Mary. Welcome to the Ramsey Show.
Hi, Dave. Thank you for taking my call, and thank you, Rachel, for listening in on this too. So my question, my husband and I are in our early 60s, and thank you that to you and to your plan that we paid off $200,000 in 2 years by selling things, but we were debt-free January 1 of this year.
Wonderful.
So thank you so much for that.
Wonderful.
Yeah. My question, because we hope to retire in the next 2 or 3 years, I'm nervous about investing in my 401k because every time I turn around, it's going down and down and down. Should I use that money instead, just temporarily, to help pay off our mortgage?
No. How old are you, Mary?
60s, early 60s.
Oh, so no, yeah, early 60s. Yeah, I thought you said 36. No, early 60s. And we make a good income. We're about $300K before taxes.
How much is in your 401k?
I have. Last I looked, it was $389,000.
Okay. What's your total nest egg?
And it.
Husband's, yours,
total,
everybody's.
Well, we have $43,000 in our emergency fund.
Mm-hmm.
We have probably about another $30,000 in savings and checking,
Mm-hmm.
and that's it. It's
Your 401k is the
home.
only one. Your husband doesn't have one.
That's right. That's right.
You have a pension?
In our home, I have a small pension.
No, does he have a pension?
No, he does. He does not have a pension.
Okay, so you've got let's just call it $400,000. And how much is your mortgage?
Okay. What we have left on our mortgage is $315,000.
Mm-hmm.
Zillow, I just looked at Zillow, and it is estimated to almost $1 million, which is crazy.
Love it.
Amazes me, but it was
So you're millionaires.
$995,000.
You're baby step millionaires.
Yeah, I just. Right, but I'm nervous about.
I
don't want to
appreciate
retire with a mortgage.
Yeah, good. I don't want you to retire with a mortgage either. So let's lay out a plan on the mortgage for a second. How many years more are the two of you going to work before you want to? How many years have we got to pay off the mortgage?
Well, I would like to be able to retire in 2 years, and perhaps for my husband another 4 years.
Okay. And how much of the 300 does he make?
He makes 250.
Oh, he makes the majority of the income.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And so in 4 years, if you paid off $75,000 a year out of 300 income, the mortgage would be paid off,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Without having to touch the 401k.
And you could still put 15% of your income into retirement in baby step 4.
But I want you to put on your magic hat again and predict to me when the market's going to rise up again.
I can't, but the market's not crashing. The market is down 5% in the last 12 months. 5%. 5% is not going to keep you from retiring. As a matter of fact, it means that you're at the store and they just announced a sale over the intercom. The shirt you wanted to buy is on sale, Mary. This is not the time to not buy the shirt.
All right.
The stock market's not, when it's down 5%, it's on sale. You don't want to buy it when it's up. You want to buy it when it's down.
Okay. All right. It's still scary.
But it's fearful.
To see that number go down.
You're fearful.
It is scary, but let's understand 5% of 400,000 down is not going to cause you to be able to retire or not be able to retire. You don't have a 5% issue.
Okay.
If you have a 50% issue, if your 400 went to 200, like if you're invested in Bitcoin, it's down 50%. And your 400, which you're not crazy, so you didn't do that. But I mean, if you would be down to nothing, right? I mean, or you'd be down to half. And so we're not talking about that. We're talking about 5%, and 5% of $400,000 is $8,000.
It looks a lot bigger when I look at my statements.
It looks a lot bigger when you listen to the news. The news is going to, the right-wing news is going to do everything they can to talk about how horrible the economy is until the fall, because they're trying to get the Democrats thrown out of office. And the biggest thing that can get a politician thrown out of office is the economy. So they're going to talk about inflation. They're going to talk about recession. They're going to talk about high gases. They're going to talk about high interest rates. They're going to talk about how horrible things are, and the stock market is crashing. And they're going to, if you keep the right-wing news on, you're going to see that from now until fall. It's going to be a steady beat of that for the next 6 months. You're going to get a diet of it, and it's going to drive you bananas. I turn it off. And if you watch the left-wing news, they lie about it on the other way. So these things that the right wings are saying are true, but they're overstated. Like when a tornado is coming through, they tell everybody they're going to die. It's the same thing because they're trying to get ratings.
Okay, but let me say this though: when she does look at the statement, and she sees, oh, that's what we lost. Like it's a punch in the gut.
Yeah.
So Mary, though, but what I would encourage you is, but she's close to retirement, so she is looking.
She's not going to use the $400
I know,
retirement.
so that's what I was going to say, though, is that at that point, you kind of just put it away and not sit there in this, like, rat race cycle that you have. Let it play out because you're going to still be in the market for another 2 decades.
That's a good point. You're not going to use the $400 when you retire.
Yeah.
You're just going to live off the income it creates.
Right.
And so if it's up $8,000 or down $8,000, it doesn't matter.
Just keep it in.
Okay. And so watching the statement month in and month out, I'm 61. I don't look at my statement. Not because I'm emotionally incapable of doing it, but I just don't bother because I'm really not going to use that money right now. And the current problems in the world are not going to bother me one way or another because that money, I'm not going to use it right now. Mary's in the same situation. She's not going to use that money. She's going to use the income off of that money.
Right.
And so I would be more concerned for her if I thought the $500,000 or $600,000 or $700,000 that'll be by the time they get to retirement would not create an income
for them. Yes.
If there was not good returns on that to live off of the returns of that money, that would concern me more.
Yes.
Than the actual amount going up or down 5%. It's how much income will it create over time. That's what I'm worried about. That's a good way of understanding it. But yeah, Mary, it's normal to do this. I really turn off the news and I quit looking at your statement every month. And it's not to be ignorant, but it's it's driving you nuts. And it would probably drive me nuts, actually. I had to turn off the news and I don't look at my statements. So there you go. This is the Ramsey Show.